Hello, and welcome to the Delaney Student Union's training for our online market day reservation system called EMS Web App. My name is Virginia Kempton, and I currently serve as the event planning specialist for the Delaney Student Union. Today, we're going to walk through how to request an account, access Web App, view market day availability, request a market day reservation, including tables and chairs, edit an existing request, view the status of a request, and cancel an entire reservation or individual dates. This on my screen is the web app homepage. On the left side are a list of helpful links of information about market days, as well as for planning an event or meeting at the student union. To access web app, please keep in mind you must have an account granted by the student union administration. To request an account as an off-campus client, click on the Request an Account button on the right side of the sign-in page. Once you click that button, it'll redirect you to a new page where it will ask for your email address to create a password, your name, phone number, and time zone. Once the account request has been submitted, it'll be processed within 2 business days. Once submitted, please go ahead and email su.reservations@unf.edu with your name, full organization name and mailing address, and whether your organization is taxable or tax exempt. If your organization is tax exempt, please attach your up-to-date copy of your certificate of exemption in that email and send it over to us. Once your account has been activated, you will receive an email from su.reservations@unf.edu with a user guide and other helpful information on how to navigate web app. This email means that your account has been created. You can log in and begin using web app. On the home page, you will see the email and password section where you are able to type in your email and password to sign in. After successfully logging in, the window changes to show your My Home tab. This tab offers options for creating reservations, viewing your existing bookings, and helpful links, again, here on the left. You will notice that there is a blue question in some places on this page, which you can click on to find tips and instructions. You can also find our phone number and our email on this as well. Under the My Reservation templates is where you will see what types of requests you can make. For example, register for Market Day Wednesday, request a medium or large indoor space, request a small meeting room, an outdoor event space, or even requesting tabling. Each template specifies booking rules that apply, such as how far in advance you would need to submit the request. You can view the rules by clicking the About button next to the template. For this template, for instance, reservations can be canceled through web app up until 5 p.m. 2 business days prior to the event. New requests using this template must be submitted by 5 p.m. the Wednesday prior to the date of participation, or 7 days. Now let's talk a little bit about the reservation structure. Let's talk about what that looks like and explain some of the terminology that I'll be using throughout this training. First of all, what's the difference between a reservation and a booking? Well, a reservation consists of 1 or more bookings. Every booking belongs to a reservation, and you can have multiple bookings under a single reservation. Each booking corresponds to a specific market day date and booth number. A reservation is meant to be the who and what of an event, and a booking is meant to be the where and when of an event. For this training, I have created a sample reservation. So for this MD UNF Student Union reservation, the what has been requested by the UNF Delaney Student Union, the who, and each reservation has a unique ID number to identify it. This one specifically, the reservation number is 132634, found at the top in parentheses. This reservation for MD UNF Student Union contains multiple bookings, can be found down here. This is meant to be the when and where. The first date, or the first, is the booking for February 23rd from 10 to 2, which will be in Market Day booth 1. There are additional bookings, 3 to be precise, for March 2nd, taking place in booth 1, 2, and 3. This means that the vendor will have 3 10 by 10 booths. Each booth can fit one 3 by 6 table. So if you need more tables, be sure to add additional bookings. Under each booking, you can click the View Services tab. A booking can have more than one detail associated with it. Booking details are the resources such as equipment that are needed, as well as notes, activities, and charges for the event. Now we're going to go back to the My Reservations Templates page. Okay. Now let's talk about creating a Market Day reservation. First, you're going to select Create a Reservation on the left-hand menu. Then we're going to go ahead and select Request a Market Day Wednesday. We're going to go ahead and click Book Now. On this screen, you'll first need to select the date that you would like to register for. You're going to need to click the calendar icon to search for the date. The selected date will automatically reflect the earliest date that you are permitted to register for, according to the Market Day schedule and request deadline. That's this day here. Keep in mind, Market Day reservations are due by 5 p.m. the Wednesday prior to the requested participation date. So in this case, I cannot request for the Market Day on the 16th. We're going to go ahead and choose this Wednesday on the calendar. While it will let you choose a non-Wednesday date or a non-Market Day date here in the calendar, it will not allow you to add it because, again, Market Days only happen on Wednesdays and more so select Wednesdays. All Market Days are from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and vendors must stay the entire time. Make sure to confirm that your start time reflects a 10 a.m. and your end time reflects 2 p.m. Once you have that, you're going to go ahead and hit search. Available Market Days will appear under the room search results in the list view. Select the first available booth in the list. So currently we're under the list view. This is the first available booth. Just as a note, booths do not correspond with specific locations in the Osprey Plaza. Areas and tables are first come, first serve on Market Days. If the search did not provide any results, then there is no availability for that date. Select a different date and search again. To request multiple Market Days, so let me back out of this, you're going to select the reoccurrence button to book multiple dates efficiently. So let's go ahead and do weekly, Wednesdays, and we're going to do February 23rd through, let's do March 9th. Once you've got your reoccurrence in there, weekly, Wednesday, between those dates, and you confirm that your start time is 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., go ahead and apply reoccurrence. The book number will display, or the booth number, excuse me, will display. When using reoccurrence, the number of your preferred dates that are available in each space is shown in the available column. So this column here, sorted by most to least matches. You can click on the name of any booth to view details and available setups. So for example, let's click on booth 33. This shows me the booth details as well as setup types, which in this case, the only two options are empty and trade show. Once you've located a Market Day booth, click the green add icon and add the booking to your cart. You can remove the booth before finalizing your reservation request. So let's go ahead and add a Market Day booth 33, the first one that's on here. We're going to go ahead and enter in our number of attendees. A new window will populate. In this window, you'll see number of attendees and setup type. Enter the number of people you need to accommodate at any given time in chairs. So the max for this is 2, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 2. This is important to remember as it is not necessarily the total expected attendance. Next, you're going to choose your setup type. If you require tables and chairs in your booth, then you will choose trade show as the setup type. If not, then you can choose empty. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose trade show. Then you'll go ahead and click add room. The booth will then show under your selected room section. To delete the booth, all you would need to do is hit the red minus button and it'll go away. In this case, I'm going to add it back. Or if you need to edit the attendance and setup type, you can just click on that and update it as needed. In this case, you can see that it says that Market Day Booth 33 can only accommodate me for 2 out of the 3 occurrences that I've wanted to participate in. So in that case, I would need to add another booth. I'm going to go ahead and add the first booth that is available by clicking the green plus sign. Doing the same thing, maximizing my number of attendees is 2. I'm going to go ahead and stick with 2. And for this one, I'm also going to do trade show. Oops. Here we go. And add to the room. Now you can see that I have all of the occurrences I have a booth assigned to. Once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and click next step in the upper right corner. Under the Services tab in the Create Reservation screen, select any item you want to add to the reservation. Click on an item to add it to your request. We suggest selecting the Market Day table and chair package, which includes 1 3x6 table and 2 folding chairs. Click on an item to add it. In this case, we're going to go ahead and add Market Day table and chairs. I only need 1 because 1 will provide me with 1 table and 2 chairs. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. It'll then show up under my services summary here to the right. Because of the fact that the new window populated and I already had the quantity, or it already had the quantity in there of 1 that I needed, I went ahead and added it. As we saw on here, I just want to point out, since it is a package, all of our packages will show the breakdown of equipment. So again, in this case, the 1 3x6 table and the 2 chairs. We've already chosen the quantity that we needed. In the special instructions box, enter any pertinent information that may be requested. In this case, there is no information requested. If it was going to be requested, it would be in this top section here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click OK. Again, the items will show under the service summary section. You can edit the quantity with the pencil icon or delete the item with pressing the red minus icon. We're going to go ahead and also update our activities. Be sure to select any and all special activities you plan to do, such as pieing in the face, dunk tank, or other types of physical activity. That way we can best advise you on any guidelines or any policies that we need to follow. Do not overlook adding activities. This helps us prepare for the components involved in your booth and guide you through any additional requirements. When you're done adding whatever activity you're going to do, so in this case, let's say I'm going to have a dunk tank. I'm only going to have 1. It talks about any requirements, how participants must sign a release form with the link provided there. Then you're going to go ahead and hit OK. You'll see that add to the right under our services summary. Once we've added all of the activities that we need and all of the equipment, we're going to go ahead and hit next step. If you don't need a table and chairs and you're not planning on having any activities that are provided on that left side, then you can go ahead and skip and hit next step. Now we're getting to the finalizing reservation details section. So the reservation details tab finalizes all information about your request. The event name listed here should be MD and your organization name. So I'm going to put MD Student Union for an example. Another example would be MD Student Government or MD Best Buddies. Your event type should always reflect SU Market Day. Choose the user for which you are requesting space. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and do UNF Delaney Student Union. The first contact should be you. So I'm going to go ahead and select myself. It will ask for your email address, so you will provide that there. We highly recommend that you select a second contact that will be authorized to make changes to the reservation on your behalf. However, it is not required. If your organization or your name is not listed in the drop down above, like I chose here, then go ahead and email us at that su.reservations@unf.edu and notify us of this. You will need to pause at this time until that request has been processed and completed. Once that's completed, you can then go in and make your reservation. If the second contact that you would like is not listed, you can leave it blank for now and indicate later in the process that you need a contact to be added for you. So continuing on, you'll see that there's an attachment section. In attachments, you can upload any relevant documents such as liability insurance or operating licenses, anything like that. The additional information section is where you'll tell us all the remaining details that your reservation has not captured already. So you'll go through this. So just going through it a little bit. How did you hear about market days? You would go in here. I'm going to say social media. How would you like to pay for your reservation? A lot of our off-campus clients use credit cards. So I'm just going to choose credit card. Was the name of your second contact? So here we are, available for the drop-down list. In this case, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to go ahead and provide the information for the second contact that I would like to be added. So I'm going to put Chris Toms as an example, and then you would just provide name, email, and phone number. Will you be distributing any items at market days? Yes. Then it's going to ask you to please describe the items that you intend to distribute. So I'm going to be giving away free t-shirts, for instance. You'll put that description there. Will you be selling any items at market day? I am not. I, again, will be giving out free t-shirts, so this would be no for me. And then here you can describe any additional requests that you may have. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and click on the terms and conditions. This will open a new window to some of those, as well as a link to our student union operating policies and procedures, which I highly recommend you review. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and check this box saying that you have read and agreed to those terms and conditions. And then you're going to go ahead and click create reservation. This new window is going to go ahead and let you know that you are validated and that your request was submitted, and other options for other actions you can take will be on the next page. So now we're going to go ahead and look at editing a request. This page is going to be where you can add additional booths and dates, add equipment and activities to your bookings, change the reservation details previously entered, for example, the event name, contacts, and additional information, change the date of your bookings, cancel a booking or the entire reservation, and view a reservation summary. So your reservation details, such as event name, event type, all of that is here. You can click the blue pencil in order to edit any of those. Additional information here can be edited as well by clicking on the blue pencil. And then attachments, if you attached a document and you need to update it or you need to attach a new one, you can do that in this section. In your reservation tasks section over here to the right, you can add or cancel services in bulk. This is the best way to adjust multiple bookings at one time. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and click add services. Let's go ahead and say we're going to have a craft and messy activity. You're going to head and read the instructions and if there's any specific requests in here. So just looking at the requirements that we have, there's no specific requests, so you don't need to put any special instructions. However, if you would like to provide what your crafty or messy activity is going to be, so I'm going to put decorating cards, whoops. And then okay. Again, it's going to show over here on the right in your services summary. So once you've done that, you're going to hit next step. Excuse me. There we go. You're going to go ahead and select the number of bookings that you want this to be applied to. So say, for instance, I want this only for March 2nd's booking. I'll select that booking, and then I'll add that service. Down below, you'll see the booking section. Here are all the bookings currently added to this reservation. If you click the view services below, you can see all the items that are assigned to it. So knowing that I just added that crafty and messy activity to the March 2nd, I can see that here. So I do see that it was added and it's only for that booking. If I want to manage the services, I can go ahead and click on that. Again, it's going to show me all of the services that I have for that booking. At that time, I can go ahead and go in and remove something. So say I'm no longer going to have the dunk tank. I can simply hit the minus icon or edit with the blue pencil. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and remove it because I'm not going to have it. And then it'll update. Once I'm done making those updates, I'm going to go ahead and just hit reservation details. And it's going to take me back to that main page. Now I'll be able to look at my services and I can see, oops, that I removed the dunk tank from that booking. Okay, so now we're going to look at adding additional bookings. To add more booths or dates, click the new booking button right here on the right. This screen should look very familiar. We're going to follow the same process as we did earlier to search for available booths. To keep this training short, I'm not going to move forward with adding any more bookings right now. But if you wanted to, you can click the name of the reservation at the top to go back to the previous page. So that's what we're going to do. You are able to change dates. So to bulk change the dates of existing bookings, you can click under the booking tools here on the right. You can choose making a date change, so reschedule booking earlier. If it's a time change, you can choose which one would be applicable here. You'll then select which one you want to apply that for, and then you would just hit update bookings. You can cancel bookings or reservations. So to cancel the reservation, you're going to go right here to the right, click cancel reservation. This is going to cancel your entire reservation, which means all bookings that are included in it. You can see here, you'll just select the drop down. There are several options of the reason for canceling. If none of these options are the reason for your canceled event, then what you can do is select other, and then please describe in the box below why you have chosen to cancel your reservation. I'm not going to cancel this reservation for testing purposes, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. If you're not looking to cancel your entire reservation, however, you're wanting to change or remove, I should say, or cancel a specific booking. So say I can no longer do March 2nd, you can simply hit the red minus sign right here next to the booking. You can make cancellations through web app up to 2 business days prior to the event date. If you need to cancel after that, you must contact the Student Union Administration Office to request the cancellation. Off-campus clients that do not cancel by the deadline or that do not show up for the reservation market day are not entitled to a refund. Another thing that you have that's a great resource is this view reservation summary section. So if you click on this, you'll be able to see your entire reservation summary as is right now. So give me just a moment. Oh no. Okay, so that's not working right this moment, but whenever you click on that, you are able to see a breakdown. So it'll show essentially your booking dates, it'll show the equipment and activities, everything that's on there all in one place versus having to do view services and dropping the the menu down there, it'll just all be broken down. It does reflect similarly to a contract. However, it is not the contract, but it will have a similar layout or template. The request summary will also be automatically emailed to the first and second contacts that you've selected. Again, a second contact is not required. However, if you do have one, then your first and second will receive that email. After submitting, Market Day staff will review your request within 24 to 48 business hours and contact you with next steps in order to confirm your reservation. This will include providing liability insurance documentation, answering questions, paying reservation charges, and signing and returning the contract by the deadline. Once we have initially reviewed your request, it will be moved to the next step in the process called tentative status. You cannot make changes to your equipment or services through web app at that time. Contact Market Days by email to request any updates you cannot make through web app. We're going to go ahead and go back to our events. This is where you're going to see all of your future reservations, and they will show up here. The status column here to the right will show the current status of your reservation. So the Market Day Student Union loan that we just did is currently in requested to be approved status. However, I do have another Market Day UNF student test, and that one has been moved to tentative shared space status. Bookings that have requested to be approved or shared space requested are awaiting review from Market Day staff. You may make any number of updates to these bookings through web app during this stage. Once you have a request, or once your request has been moved to tentative status, you should receive communication in the near future from the Market Day staff regarding next steps for confirming the event. Whenever you want to sign out and you're done in web app, all you need to do is go up to the top right-hand corner, click on your name, go ahead and drop down to the sign out, and then it'll log you out. At this time, that concludes the web app training for Market Days. Of course, if you have any questions, please go ahead and contact our office at su.reservations@unf.edu, or please contact us at 904-620-2525. Thank you.